like helping others was our goal in the beginning. So I mean, that's gonna stay the goal until something changes.
Hey, what's going on, you variety-loving people? I hope you're ready to add some spice to your day. Welcome back to Secret Spice of Life. We are your hosts. I'm Brandon.
And I'm Jordan.
If you're new to the podcast, welcome. So I hope you have your watches on and your stockbrokers handy, because today we're talking about investing, patience, and the long game. So when I mention investing, the first thing that pops into most people's heads is like, oh, money, like stocks, stuff like that. But we're here to tell you that you can invest like in other things. Like, I don't think people are like aware of that.
I didn't want to interrupt.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Like, I mean, investing in yourself, we can talk about too.
Yeah. That's on here.
I mean, that might be one of the first things, I guess.
Yeah, well,
talk about.
I mean, the first one I was gonna say money, just because like that's like the most common one that people think of.
One,
yeah. But it's just kind of a perfect example, because like that's the main thing people think of. Like, obviously you can invest your money in like stocks, or like you can invest your money in podcast equipment, which can make you like a return, like eventually if you make like good podcast material with it. But money obviously. And then the second one I have on the list is time. That's like something people don't think of, like investing your time. Like, I wrote down like a whole list of things here that you could invest, like what at least what I invest my day in. And it's like your hustle, like our podcast, work if you have like a second job, like I do coaching and repping and stuff like that. Family, obviously you should spend time with your family if you do have like that much time. I mean, that should be one of your top priorities, obviously. Relationships, whether it's like with friends or if you have a girlfriend or boyfriend. Sports, if you were in high school, college, professional, even if you're lucky enough to be in that position. Food. Like to eat, obviously you need to take some time out of your day, whether it's to prepare the meal or go get it. Or
I saw who was it? I think Mark Wahlberg like put like his schedule of his day online or whatever, like what he does throughout the day.
Yeah.
Like he has certain times that he does everything. Like he has like snack times, lunch times, like meeting times or whatever for his businesses and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And there was like somebody that commented on it. They're like, I tried this schedule for one day and I was dead. Like I couldn't. I think
I saw that on Twitter. Or something
he gets up at like 2:45 a.m. Like he goes to bed at 7:30 or something every night and gets up at 2:45 a.m. That's when he starts his day.
Jesus, that's like I think I saw the Rock schedule for like his schedule varies depending on what it is, but what he should put like one day example.
He gets up at what, like
4:30? Yeah, 4:30 every morning. It's like he always puts his alarm on like social media. He works out. He goes to his gym or wherever he is if they have like a gym there for him.
I'm sure he has a gym at his house.
Well, I mean, but he's usually not home. He's usually wherever the business is.
Stuff,
And then he has like meetings from like 6 to like noon or something like that, he said. And then he has like shoots for like his Under Armour stuff to do or whatever. But his day was like he was up till like 2 a.m. that day or whatever, and he had to wake up at 4:30 the next day. He's like 2.5 hours of sleep.
I don't know how he does it.
He's a freaking animal. But
yeah, but like scheduling your time. I don't mean like making an official schedule for your day, but like planning out times during the day to do certain things could be a good thing.
Yeah, I have like my calendar like behind you on the wall. They can't see it, but I just put like stuff on there. I don't put specific times of the day, but I know before my day is over, I have to get all that done.
Mm-hmm.
But and then I have like rest. Obviously, you have to find time to sleep. At some point in your day, whether it's a nap or if you're lucky enough to get 2.5 hours, apparently.
Afternoon naps.
Yeah. Like your interactions throughout your day, obviously that takes some of your time. People really don't think about that, whether it's like just talking to somebody for 5 minutes. If you take time out of your day to learn something new, whether it's like reading a book or going on YouTube and listening. I mean, if you go on YouTube, I try to like listen to stuff while I do like other things, try to like combine some of the things to spend less time on them. Obviously leisure activities, whether it's like playing video games or relaxing, watching TV. I mean, some people don't have leisure time, but it's just something that I try to carve out of every day. Like reading for me is like leisure. But just like how we mentioned in our fitness episode, I was like listening to, trying to find some snippets. We talk about balance, like balancing your time investments and like different things. would be beneficial for everybody's lives. Like I feel some people go to the extreme in one thing rather than the other. Like they either work too hard and they don't have like a home or work life balance, or they play video games all day so they don't have like do anything like with their lives. I mean, unless you are like a professional gamer, obviously.
Yeah.
But and I mean, not saying like that isn't beneficial or anything, but you could be investing your time in more than one thing, which could benefit you like as an overall person. If that makes sense. But it's just kind of looking for that return on your investment in like anything you invest in, whether it is your time or your money.
Yeah.
Just like if you're putting your time into working, obviously you're looking for like a return in like money or a promotion or award of some sort. But
and it's just like how we've talked about on other episodes, where you want to become like a more well-rounded person. Like we always talk about variety on here, and trying out this like different types of things. So I mean, like putting a little bit of time into different things throughout the day just will help you become better with those things, I guess. And like talking about investing in yourself, like that's the most important thing, because you're your own personal brand. So if you want to become like if you're starting a business or you want to become some like I don't know, what is it called, influencer, or something like that,
like a face, like basically
just a big face on social media or whatever. Like investing the time in yourself or your own brand is a huge thing. Investing money also in that, if you want to spend money to promote yourself and stuff like that.
That's like one of the things I wrote down. I said like how you were saying, investing in yourself. I mean, I think you should invest in others too, maybe like as much as you can.
Just like we put the what's it called, the 2 cents clip up today.
Oh yeah, leave your 2 cents.
Twitter and Instagram.
Yeah, but on like Snapchat and Facebook and stuff too. But on like everything. But
but leaving your 2 cents, like I mean that's kind of investing in other people's thoughts.
You're opening up the table to other people.
Yeah, passing along information that you want to share with others, or like or just I don't know, like giving them a compliment or something like that.
And if you haven't seen that yet, or you haven't left your 2 cents, leave your 2 cents. You'll see this on Thursday. So we posted this Wednesday, like the 2 cents Wednesday. Yeah. But leave your 2 cents. We glad to and ask questions, because we need some questions for our Ask Us Anything podcast. It's gonna be coming up soon, hopefully.
Yeah.
But but back to what you were saying about how I said investing in others. Like don't be. I mean, I understand that you should be selfish, like a little bit, like don't invest all your time in other people, but I think that your return on the investing into other people would be huge. Like even if it is taking the time to like say hi to somebody or talk to somebody, building like a little relationship with somebody that might benefit you somewhere down the road. Like you never know. Like it's just like the little things, and giving back to like people. Like I know on social media we're gonna start doing this like every Friday. I did this last Friday. We do like the Follow Friday. I like do shout outs for like it was mostly podcasters, but there was like Michael Couch on there too, who was on our show before, and Andy, can't remember his last name, but Andy's Diary is what his YouTube channel is called and blog, and he has some good content on there. Gave him a shout out. But yeah, we're just gonna try to give back a little bit to our community so far, and well, this is just off the top of my head. We've gained like 110 followers over the last like 2 weeks. I'm pretty sure on Twitter.
It's not even 2 weeks.
Yeah,
I think it's maybe a week.
Yeah, that
one day we got almost 80 followers.
I think we're up to 179 or 180 followers now.
Around that.
Yeah, like that was like huge. Yeah. Like unexpected too, and we've been getting a lot of more like retweets and stuff like that. But and our podcast got freaking 100 views and like or downloads in like 2 or 3 days. I'm pretty sure after we started getting like all those followers. Yeah, we were only like 282 or no 270 something, and it's like almost up to like 350 or something like that. Okay. Yeah. So, but we're trying to get to 400 by the end of the month, so that leaves us
that's gonna be
5 days. I think
we should be able to blow by that.
Hopefully, if it keeps going at this pace.
What did we finish? Did we ever get the exact number that we finished?
204.
204.
404 was the end of the month.
So 400 would be a 200.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. But yeah, investing in other people is something huge. Like, how we were talking about return on investment. I mean, obviously, if you're investing in stuff, you're looking for that return, whether it is money, like you're doing it just for the fun of it, like that's a return on investment. For like love, like whether it's relationships, friendships, whatever. Achievements, awards, like at work, if you get like a promotion or something like that. Or you want to start in a sport, like you put that time in practice, and to get that starting position that you've always wanted. But I don't know, investing. Just be mindful of like what you invest in. I feel like.
If it's like when we talk about investing in yourself, if it's something that you think is going to like benefit you big time, then obviously that's what you're going to want to spend your time on, is whatever's going to benefit you or people around you the most.
Yeah.
Don't spend your time on something that is just going to be a temporary thing, and you know you're not going to like do anything with it or take it anywhere.
Yeah.
Because that would be a waste of your time or money or whatever you're spending on it.
Yeah, that kind of, like what you're saying is like kind of tying into my like the next thing of the podcast, patience and the long game or whatever.
Yeah.
But just like people invest in stuff to get like short-term gains. Jesus, can't talk today. But like how Bitcoin, people invested in Bitcoin quick because they knew it was gonna blow up, but then it dropped like after like a couple months, not even like that long.
It was it hit like a high point, and then I don't even know what it's at now. I haven't looked
It's low. People,
forever.
Gary Vee was talking. He lost like 300,000 in Bitcoin.
Once it hit the all-time high, I probably would have just pulled it.
Yeah,
because there was like rumors going around that it was gonna fall off after that.
Like, yeah, I know, yeah. Because
I would have just pulled most of it. Maybe leave a couple shares in there if you were one of those people that invested at the beginning when it was cheap.
Yeah.
And like had a ton of shares in there, then pull everything, but maybe a couple.
Yeah, like some people made a lot of money in that, but it's just about knowing when to like pull out. But it was like it was more of a short-term gain. Yeah,
you don't want to be greedy too. That's the thing. Like being greedy is never the best thing.
Yeah, they tell you not to put all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah,
that's like, I mean, but then again, I disagree with that in some points, because I feel like, say you're going to be like an entrepreneur in something, and you don't put all your eggs in that basket and you have a plan B, you always have like that fallback. But I feel like that cripples people sometimes, because you're depending on that fallback.
That was like G-Eazy. I think we were watching an interview with him one time when he was like, before he like got big.
Yeah.
He was like, he used to do something else, I think he said, with the music, but then he like stopped doing something because he said it was a backup plan, and he said backup plans never work for him, because if he doesn't have the backup plan there, then he works harder at what he's doing. Yeah,
I feel like there's...
Because it gives you a sense of security, and like if you really want to put all the work into something, then you don't want that sense of security behind you, because it gives you the like opportunity to really like fail and just give up and go back to something that's more comfortable for you, I guess.
I feel like there's good and bad to both sides of that, depending on the person. I mean, I think it's like a personality thing too, for sure.
It is.
But patience, like how I mentioned, everybody wants that like overnight success. I was reading the Self-Made Billionaire Effect. This guy named what's his name? He's the CEO of AOL. Steve Case is his name. He said I always make the joke that my overnight success was 10 years in the making. Like he said, because he said there's always that work before your overnight success. Like if people don't see that, and he said they always assume that everybody makes it in like one night. Like, where the heck did this guy come from, or this girl come from? And I thought that was like pretty interesting. But
trust the process.
Yeah, trust the process. Yeah. One day, the 76ers are just gonna win an NBA championship.
But that's like the perfect thing that goes in. I mean, like that works into sports perfectly. That phrase, trust the process. So,
yeah.
I mean, like everybody took it as like some kind of joke, or for the most part, I guess. But like it works perfectly into sports, especially something like that, because like when you build a team, like you're not building it in 1 year. Like it's like teams are bad for years. Like they're not the Eagles, the Sixers. I keep thinking Philadelphia, the Sixers, but like they were horrible for how many years, and just compiled like draft picks and get Embiid and Simmons and like all those guys, and like that's what like helps you build the team over like 5, 6 or more years.
Yeah, then they acquired those like quote unquote down and out players like JJ Redick and stuff like that.
The role players.
The role players,
and then that's how you build a team. But I mean, like, because you're not gonna go from the worst team in the league to the best team in the league in 1 year.
Oh yeah,
like,
no,
it
that
doesn't happen that way.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna have to
Yeah,
struggle
like
for a while.
the Warriors, like when they like before they were like really good,
Mm-hmm.
they
were
you've
horrible.
seen if you like go back and like watch like every like if you'd watch like their previous seasons, they like consistently got better like every year until they like blew up and like just won. How many championships have they won?
4 and 5. Was it 4 and 5?
Maybe.
4 and 5 years, or 3 and 4, something
like that. Yeah.
But yeah, but I mean, like in baseball too, the Astros won the World Series last year after being horrible for how many years?
Yeah.
They pretty much tanked. But I mean, I guess that's how it works in sports. But
the Cubs, they won a World
Series. They were bad, yeah, and then they won the World Series because they brought up like their whole minor league system in 1 year. And I mean, like that's just how it works. I mean, that's how it works with everything. You have to go through the struggles before it becomes good.
Yeah, it's calm before the storm, man.
And with anything, with business, you put all the work in for years before you actually really hit a huge like, profit in something that's successful. So
yeah, I agree. But it's just like people don't have that patience. Like everybody's now. Yeah. They like the short term gain term. Jesus. But
none of us can talk today.
Yeah, I know. But and they need those like little dopamine hits like in their brain to like keep them going. Like that's I enjoy the process. Like that's weird. I mean, people are like, oh, I hate doing this, doing that. Like
it's I don't know. I mean, like it's fun to put in the work.
Yeah, I mean, I have fun doing like stuff. I don't care.
Like, yeah, I mean, like it wouldn't be right. Like if you just went into something and made millions of dollars overnight, like in 1 day. What's the point?
Yeah.
I mean, you make a lot of money. It's nice to have that security, but still.
Yeah. You know what's a super good example of enjoying the process is like bodybuilding. Like there's like I mean I don't like to say that they have like a disease of any sort, but like most of them have like body dysmorphia, so they're like never like big enough, like or like strong enough or whatever.
Yeah.
Like that's what people say, and like their process technically would never end then because they always want to get bigger, they always want to get stronger, so they enjoy like the process of like lifting and going like killing themselves every day in the gym. like that's like the perfect example of enjoying the process because they literally do it every day just to like get like there's no end game for them, you know what I mean? And playing the long game will definitely benefit you a lot more than trying to play the short term returns because everybody wants to get rich super quick, and then what do?
You
enjoy
have no plan. You have no plan after that.
Yeah, there's not. I get bored. Well, I'll say that for the end, but
you have to have some type of plan.
Yeah,
like you can't just go into it and say, oh, I mean, it's not like winning the lottery, like literally winning the lottery, like where you just buy a ticket and you can win hundreds of millions of dollars or whatever.
Yeah,
like that's not gonna happen with opening a business or something. Like you're not gonna put one night of work in to go buy the ticket and make $100 million.
Yeah,
like that's not gonna happen. You have to put years and years of work and labor and everything into it for it to actually work out.
Yeah. I was listening to Gary Vee this morning in the gym. He did this somewhere else too. He goes and like talks to the football teams at campuses, like for college, and he went to Alabama.
He's doing some recruiting.
Yeah,
for his
he did say that. He said he had a lot of college athletes he talked to already, but he went to talk to like the Alabama football team, obviously, and Alabama football is like huge. So like the kids that go to school there to play football are like high on their horse. Like they probably think they're
going
to
play football. They're
going to play football. They're not going there to learn. Yeah. And but basically his speech was to these people. He said, maybe if you're lucky, 6 of you will make it to the league, like the NFL.
Yeah.
And he said 5 of you will be out of the league in 3 years if you're lucky. And then he said that one person that remains, maybe they'll have a pretty good career and retire at the age of 34 at like the longest.
Yeah.
And he said, but that 34-year-old, even if you make it that far, he said, what do you do afterwards? He said, what do you do with your time? He said, what do you do? He said, enjoy the fruits of your labor.
That's funny that we actually talked about that before a little bit, not with like athletes in general, but like musicians and stuff, like how they have other avenues or revenue streams and stuff now. Like they don't just focus on one thing. They work on like other areas as they advance through their career, so when they're done with their main revenue stream that they still have other things that are helping them afterwards. like they don't just have one focus with their life. Like I feel like athletes are starting to do that more now, especially football players, because their careers have become like very, very short now.
Yeah.
Especially with the CTE conversations and stuff going on. Now people don't really want to have a long career anymore because they know what could happen to them.
Mm-hmm. And like if you look at like people like Shaq and Charles Barkley, obviously they're like ESPN personalities now.
Yeah.
They do like announcing and like pre-games, post-game stuff like that. And I know Shaq was working with the internship I was at too. He does like he offers internships to students for, I don't know, he owns like his own business. He does something, I can't remember what it was, but I was reading about it, but he does like stuff like that, like partnerships with other businesses to get interns for his business basically. But like all these other, like obviously Shaq's a pretty successful basketball player, maybe not his free throw percentage, but those rings are looking nice on his hand for sure. But obviously he's had like a successful career and he wants to do other stuff. I mean, I would be bored honestly if I didn't do anything afterwards.
Yeah,
like if I played in the NBA. But and Gary, basically the spiel of his speech to these Alabama football players was he just wanted to reach like maybe a third string linebacker, the punter, the kicker, because how many punters and kickers get drafted every year? Like one.
Many, yeah, and most of them end up. I mean, the kickers that go to the league, most of them end up getting cut after a while. Anyway, because
you only need one kicker.
If you missed a couple field goals in the NFL, you're out.
Yeah, but he's like I'm just trying to reach that person, because these guys aren't thinking about the long term. They're thinking, I need to get to the league.
Yeah.
Like, but they're not thinking about like what if I don't, like, because like the probability of you going to college then going to the league is it's even slimmer than
how many players? I mean, there is a good bit of rounds in the NFL draft.
But this kind of ties into like the next thing I'm going into, which is the promotion for our episode. The Grave Girls podcast. But Amaryllis, I hope I pronounced that right. But they had us, like our promotion on their previous episode 23. It's your next episode when they review that movie. But basically they review horror movies. But she said she was going through a tough time, and she said that we really helped her, and like just like that little
makes
thing
you
like
feel
that.
good about what we're doing.
Yeah, and like even if we can touch like one person, that's all. Like that's fine.
Yeah.
Like that's huge.
As long as you're helping somebody.
Yep. And but I hope she's doing better. But their podcast, like,
shout out to them for their good promotion.
Oh yeah, their kind words.
Yeah, kind words. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, they said a lot of nice things about us. And I hope we keep helping other people, just like Amaryllis. And for their podcast, they basically review horror movies. I mean, that's huge for me. I like to listen to like a couple of their podcasts. I listened to Your Next one. I listened to the Slender Man one. I listened to one other one too. I can't remember what it was, but they do me a favor because I'm not a fan of scary movies, so I can just listen to the reviews and understand what happened, and I'm good with that. Like,
you don't have to cover your eyes.
I probably watched
cover your ears every once in a while.
The last 3 horror movies, I probably watched a total of like 15 minutes of
them. I found a trick to watching scary movies.
I still watch the lights on.
No, turning the sound off. If you watch them without the sound, it's not that scary because the jump scares are taken out of it.
Yeah, but now we're going to play the promotion.
Hi, we're the Grave Girls from Grave Girls Podcast. I'm your host, Hawthorne.
And I'm Amaryllis. Every week we watch a different horror film, and I find a scary story that goes with it that will definitely leave you shaking in your boots.
And if you aren't wearing boots, my true crime case and murder will scare the pants off you.
And then you'll just be naked, and that's just a fun time.
So listen to us on SoundCloud and iTunes.
And follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
Don't forget to check out our website at grave-girls.com.
We love you all in case we die.
Bye!
Okay, we're back. Hope you guys enjoyed that promotion. Definitely go check them out. They told me that they're on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and they have a website as well, so go check that out. I'll link everything in the description on our YouTube and our podcast, so go check that out. And they said that they're on anything you can play a podcast on, is what they told me. Yeah. So everything, they're everywhere.
Just like we are for the most
part. Pretty much, yeah. But definitely go check them out. They're they have some pretty interesting stuff to talk about. But especially if you enjoy horror movies. So I had one more thing before we signed off today, and like how we do challenges for other people. Well, I thought we'd challenge each other. So what's one thing that you wanted to challenge yourself for the next week or so? I guess till the end of them, we could do into the first week of the next month, I guess. What's one thing you want to work on to like challenge yourself to fix or something to get better at?
Oh man, I didn't want to say this out loud, but I don't know. I've been thinking about like changing my diet, I guess, a little bit. Cause like I've been like feeling like crap because I eat too much, like I don't know, eat too much bread and stuff like that, and cheese and all that stuff, like pizza and fries and chicken and all that.
I'm guessing it starts tomorrow.
I guess.
So that half-eaten pizza.
Yeah, I didn't finish my pizza for the day yet, so it's gonna have to wait until tomorrow. I don't know, man. It's tough though. That's like the hardest part of anything is changing what you eat.
Yeah, I know, that's definitely. I remember that was really rough for me. I did it more near the end of my high school career and like in the college. Even the beginning of college wasn't the best, but it's definitely a rough transition the first month.
I mean, once you start it though,
yeah, once you start,
easier, I guess.
The habit builder, 30 days.
I just need to find some things that I would actually eat that are healthier.
Yeah.
Because I'm kind of a picky eater.
Yeah, I know.
So it's tough that way, but I'll figure it out, I guess.
Yeah. But for me, people, I mean, even me, I call myself out on this all the time. I say like so much, like when I talk. I just said it right there, but
like when I talk, like
it's just I think it's just because like I think so fast, like all the thoughts I can't like stop, but it's just that I think so fast and I don't take my time to pause, like have a actual pause rather than a verbal pause. I learned about that in public speaking, and I've gotten a lot better, like projecting my voice and making eye contact and stuff like that, publicly speaking. But it's still like the verbal pauses. I say and like a lot. Like if you would go back and look at our videos and just like count the likes that I say, there's probably at least 100 a video at least. But that's something I'll work on. I'll try to slow down, and I talk fast, so that would definitely help slow down.
I feel like we both talk fast to each other.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it because we talk to each other all the time.
Yeah,
that's what everybody says when we talk to each other.
Language, yeah,
we speak our own language. But I don't know. I didn't really have anything else to add besides that. That's all I get.
1 second. Let me think here. I might commit to something else than changing the diet right now. This is too much to think about at this moment, but like I might change it to like a workout regimen instead of changing food at first.
Yeah, I feel like if you change one, then the other like comes along with it. Yeah. So I feel that's what I did first.
I'm gonna go with the workout thing first. It seems like it would be an easier commitment than changing your diet.
Because once you start working out and your body is like telling you that you need to eat different foods because you're fucking dying during your workout, it'll make it easier. But
that's pretty much it though.
All right. But before I get into like our little outro spiel, thank you everyone who followed us in the past week or two. We're not sure what it is, but we're up to 180 followers. I mean, I'd like to bump that up to 200 if that's realistic. I'd say that's realistic at this point.
Yeah,
20 more followers in 5 days. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 5 days.
Oh geez, man, I keep forgetting that it's almost the end of September.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Yeah.
And yeah, thank you for that. And we're starting to schedule more interviews. I have to schedule Icy's this week. Well, for next week, but probably Tuesday. No, not Tuesday. Probably Thursday.
Yeah, we have another one coming
October 24th. And then we need to figure out when to fit Luke in. I would like to get Rec and Anthony in.
And we'll just have like a lot of random ones will probably pop up.
Yeah, they'll pop
just depending on when the availability for others is. So
yeah, and that's all I really have for that. But if we added any value to your day today, whether it's learning to invest, patience, playing the long game, whether we made you laugh and added some joy to your day. What's it?
New blog post is going up today also.
Yeah,
so
right
check that out
this.
when this episode comes out.
Yeah, for sure.
On Thursday.
Yeah, but yeah, and if we did any of that, make sure you do any of the following. If you're listening to the podcast, make sure you download it, share it. Those are the 2 huge things for us. But also make sure you comment, like, rate, review if you can. I know on iTunes they do that. I'm not sure on Google Play or anything else like that. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you comment, share, subscribe, and like. Make sure you check out our blog, how Jordan just mentioned. We have that post coming up today, but we'll tweet about it. But you can check it out tomorrow if you're listening to this. If you didn't see our tweet, go check out our website. Go donate to the tiers on Patreon to enhance your viewing and listening experience. Make sure you follow us on all of our social media, our Twitter, our Facebook, our Instagram, and our Snapchat. So you guys get the most updated information about us and to follow us a little bit easier if you guys want to know when episodes are coming out or what we have going on. And, until next time, have a positive and productive day.
Some shit that's considered legendary. I'm here.